Toy Story 5 updates, Zootopia 2 marketing begins, and Warner Brothers dumps the Looney Tunes. It's a small update on the news you may have missed over the New Year's break in this week's Cartoon News Roundup. If you've been living under a space rock for the last 6 months, you may have missed the news that Toy Story is coming back again, with a 5th installment in the franchise due in theatres in 2026. Ahead of the premiere of his new sitcom Shifting Gears, Collider spoke to Buzz Lightyear voice actor Tim Allen, naturally shifting the conversation to the next Toy Story installment. Allen confirmed that voice work is underway, having recorded his first 5-hour session for Buzz probably a week ago, describing it as really weird to get back into it. Despite saying he can't tell anything, Allen did address fears from fans that the film is an unnecessary cash grab, saying, "It's a very clever story. Do you want to do 5 of these? I don't really believe it's about the money. I'm sure they want it to be a success, but that's not why they did it. Had they not come up with a brilliant script, they wouldn't have done it, and they wouldn't have called me and Tom. It's really clever. It was really a struggle to get, and then maybe 2 hours in, I was doing Buzz. I'm so blessed to be Buzz Lightyear, to be honest. It's gonna be fun. I think we're a year out. I've gotten up to the 3rd act, we'll do the 3rd act, and then we'll go back and clean it. And then I'll do it about 5 more times. It's a really good story, guys. It's really good." An official logline from Disney notes of the film, "The toys are back" in Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 5, and this time around it's toy meets tech. Buzz, Woody, Jessie and the rest of the gang's jobs get exponentially harder when they go head to head with this all-new threat to playtime. The film is set to see the characters go through another existential crisis as Bonnie ditches her toys for a newfangled digital tablet, and we'll also see the gang go up against an army of Buzz Lightyear toys stuck in a malfunctioning play mode. Looks like Alan's got his work cut out for him this time round. I'm personally excited for a Toy Story 5. I've liked all of the movies so far, including Toy Story 4, which I thought was brilliant, and I think there's plenty of places this franchise still has to go if you're able to be free and open to it. Of course, the quotes from Alan are the typical thing you get from a star when they're not really allowed to say anything about a movie, and of course he's not going to say anything bad about it, but I do also feel that Alan and Hanks wouldn't really want to be involved in something that is just a clear cash grab. They've been involved in this franchise for 30 years, and I feel like they wouldn't want to do anything that tarnishes its legacy. They also both have bucket loads of money, so it's not like they need the work. It's 2025, which means we can officially say Zootopia 2 comes out this year. And to celebrate, Disney are already rolling out the marketing materials for this year's marquee Disney animation feature. We've got what is essentially our first poster for the film, which is not so much an actual movie poster, but another one of those novelty posters that Disney has been excelling with recently. Hailing from China, the poster appears to celebrate the Chinese Lunar New Year, which will be celebrated from January 29th on our Western calendar. It's actually going to be the Year of the Snake, so expect Disney to absolutely be taking advantage of this with the film's new character, Gary the Snake. We did actually get our Western New Year poster from Disney as well for the upcoming Lilo and Stitch live-action remake. Nothing particularly special about this one, it just features a key art of the CG Stitch bursting out of a disco ball. There was no need to do a whole video on this one. This new poster for Zootopia 2, however, is pretty special, as it gives us a new look at the main characters Nick and Judy. Now both officially police officers and work partners, the pair are given newly designed costumes. Judy has traded her tactical look for a schmicker, more businessy look with an open front jacket, while Nick looks mostly the same, but has a brand new pink shirt and a snazzy new floral tie. Of course, we can also see his prized new badge right there on his hip. We already know that we're going to see a lot of old and new characters appearing in the movie, but the poster gives us a tease of who we can expect to see in the film. We've got Chief Bogo, Flash the Sloth, Finnick the Fennec Fox, Mr. Big, the Gang of Lemmings, and of course, Officer Clawhauser. It's expected that all of the original voice actors should appear in the film again, though we don't actually have official confirmation on that just yet outside of Nick and Judy. We of course once again know that all of these characters and many more will be returning thanks to the concept art poster released at this year's D23 Expo panel. Sorry, last year's D23 Expo panel. I still got that New Year brain. We don't have much else from Zootopia 2 just yet, outside of a couple of first looks revealed at the D23 Expo. Thanks to an official synopsis, we also know that, in Zootopia 2, detectives Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde find themselves on the twisting trail of a mysterious reptile who arrives in Zootopia and turns the mammal metropolis upside down. Welcome to 2025. New year, old problems. As it appears, we still haven't escaped the
animation decimation.
As previously reported, the end of 2024 saw the termination of multiple animated programs on Max, and overnight a swarm of cartoons, including Cartoon Network favourites Ed, Edd and Eddy, and The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, DC mainstays Teen Titans Go Seasons 1 to 7, Green Lantern, The Adventures of Aquaman, and Static Shock, as well as the Looney Tunes show, disappeared from the service. What we didn't expect, however, was the dumping of almost 300 classic Looney Tunes cartoons, which is pretty much half of the streamer's Looney Tunes library. Amongst the cartoons you can no longer watch on Max include some solid gold classics, including Porky's Duck Hunt, The Daffy Doc, Wabbit Twubble, sorry Chungus, Super Rabbit, A Corny Concerto, Hair Force, Birdie and the Beast, Baseball Bugs, Hair-Raising Hair, Hollywood Daffy, Rhapsody Rabbit, Bugs Bunny Rides Again, Haredevil Hair, Back Alley Uproar, Fast and Furious, Home Tweet Home, Rabbit of Seville, Rabbit Fire, Room and Bird, Water Every Hair, Duck Amuck, Hair Trimmed, Bewitched Bunny, A Star Is Born, What's Opera Doc, Robin Hood Daffy, and Duck Dodgers and the Return of the 24th and a Half Century. This leaves Max with only 241 Looney Tunes cartoons out of the total 1,000, by the way, which just so happen to be the tunes that were added along with the Boomerang merger in September 2024. Don't get too excited, however, as Max tells us we only have a couple of months left to watch them, with the remaining cartoons leaving the service on March 16th. On top of this, thanks to social media account Animation on Max, we know that a whole bunch of other Looney Tunes content is set to leave the service this year, with Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries leaving on April 1st, and Baby Looney Tunes and New Looney Tunes leaving on June 1st. With this, Max's Looney Tunes selection will be whittled down to pretty much nothing more than the recent series of Looney Tunes cartoons made exclusively for the service. How much longer they'll last, who knows? To lose so many of Warner Bros.' celebrated, groundbreaking cartoons from their own streaming service is genuinely quite mad. There's nothing like celebrating your company's legacy than dumping everything that made you great in the first place. I hate to get up on my soapbox again, but a vast majority of these tunes are readily available on Blu-ray and DVD, giving physical media another gigantic win. If you want to pick up any of these, I will leave affiliate links down below. However, that is sadly not it. Animation on Max has scoured the Max website and produced a list of even more cartoons that are set to leave the service between now and 2026. Titles that will lose this year include Tom and Jerry Tales, The Tom and Jerry Show, the remaining Cartoon Network catalogue including the Powerpuff Girls, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and Adventure Time, a slew of Hanna-Barbera classics, including practically all of the Scooby-Doo series, the Flintstones, the Jetsons, Yogi Bear, Johnny Quest, and the Smurfs, a whole bunch of stuff from Adult Swim, and some other titles including South Park and Sesame Street Mecha Builders. 2026 will see us lose even more DC classics like Batman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, The Batman, Batman the Brave and the Bold, Beware the Batman, Justice League, and Superman the Animated Series, alongside stuff like The Boondocks, Happily Ever After, and 2002's Clone High. Warner continues to insist that the dumping of so many cartoon favourites is due to a shift away from family entertainment on the service and a focus on more adult originals, but it genuinely feels so crazy to lose so many classics so quickly, particularly when many of them have been used to advertise the service and drum up subscriptions over the years. I'm hoping Warner does have some other plans for this stuff somewhere down the line. Until then, bye physical. Thanks for joining me for another Cartoon News Roundup. What stories were you most excited to hear this week, and what are you hoping to hear in the upcoming news? As always, join the conversation down below.